Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome back to another episode of my NBA 2K26 MyNBA franchise with the Phoenix Suns. I hope you're all doing very well. It is trade deadline, all-star weekend time, and there has been quite a few trades around the league that we need to discuss, and we'll also be making a few of our own. I hope you're all doing fantastically well. We are currently 16 and 35. We are also, I think, fourth from the bottom of the NBA in terms of the standings. We have our own draft pick this year, but one reason that I'm going to be making some trades today is we don't have our draft pick next year, so it is in our best interest to become as good as possible, as quickly as possible, so we can avoid giving away our draft pick to someone good next year. So based on that, we're going to be having a look at our draft pick situation. Let's have a look here. You can see that we've got our draft pick for next season. We've got 2 first rounders next year, one of which is a swap best with the Thunder and the Clippers. The Clippers are actually doing very well this season, so I don't know how they're going to go next season, so we may end up trading that pick anyway. We've got a top 10 protected pick via the 76ers, which is quite valuable at the moment, so if we can maybe hang on to that for as long as we can, that would be ideal. And then we've got 3 future picks past 2028. But as I hinted earlier, we've got a few trades that have happened around the league, 5 to be exact, and we're going to go through them right now. The first of which, Derek White is being traded to OKC along with Hugo Gonzalez, who is a rookie out of Real Madrid in Spain. OKC have a couple of really good players in Isaiah Hartenstein, who is an expiring contract, as well as Ousmane Dieng. Hasn't played for them this year, but they are going to send 2 first rounders off to the Celtics, who are just trying to relieve some salary issues that they are having at the moment. They get Dieng, who I believe is going to be a free agent at season's end, and Isaiah Hartenstein, who could possibly relieve the minutes vacated by Kristaps Porzingis. That was the first deal that was done. Next in line is actually a 3-teamer. Ja Morant has been traded to the Utah Jazz. The Jazz are finally pulling the trigger on trading their draft picks and some of their other assets. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has also been included to go to the Jazz. Markkanen is being sent back to the Grizzlies in return alongside Keontae George, who is actually having a very decent season so far, but just, he's not the point guard that Ja Morant is, along with 3 first rounders. But on top of that, Isaiah Collier is also being traded to the 76ers. Eric Gordon going to the Utah Jazz, and then 4 second rounders off to Memphis. The Lakers are trying to make a late push for the playoffs. They're not doing too good at the moment, so this is simply just an exchange of expiring contracts. This one doesn't really affect the Wizards too much. They get a bit younger by getting Rui Hachimura back from the Lakers, actually, funnily enough, as well as Maxi Kleber, with Chris Middleton and Anthony Gill heading to LA. And the Miami Heat are trading away Tyler Hero to the Houston Rockets alongside Drew Smith, just to match salaries in exchange for a young point guard in Reed Shepherd, Fred VanVleet, and 2 first round picks. But on top of that, they are also trading Bam Adebayo. He is going to the Portland Trail Blazers. So the Miami Heat really blowing it up right now. They're also sending Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Pell Larson to the Blazers, as I said, for Jonathan Clingan, the Time Lord, and Matisse Thybulle. The last 2 of those are expiring deals, but they get 3 future first-round picks as well. But that is it for around the league. We now have to have a look at some of our trades that we are going to be doing, and I want to take stock of our roster right now. We'll start at the point guards. We've got, obviously, the Demon, Igor Demin, who we are not going to trade at this point. He's just too valuable to us. He's probably been our best player, alongside, if I can think of his name, Denny Avdia and Malawak when he's actually played. Malcolm Brogdon only just got here, so I don't think I will trade him. Gabe Vincent, I would possibly like to trade him. He's an expiring deal. I don't want to waste that because expiring contracts are quite valuable. Malik Beasley, I would probably trade, as well as Jalen Green. I would like to have a look at some of our older guys and, guys that are sort of leaving that late part of their prime, send them to championship caliber teams. So someone like an Al Horford, Paul George, I'm not going to be able to move. Malcolm Brogdon we've already discussed, but Ben Simmons, Beasley, Vincent, even Jordan Goodwin, if we can find a spot for him, These guys deserve to be on championship teams, or at least championship contending teams. Dedeni, Avdia, and below we're probably not going to touch. They're just too young, and a lot of them we just got. But if I'm going to trade these players, I do want to make an improvement on my roster. And I've identified a few different areas of need. I didn't mean to go back to my draft picks. I've identified a few areas of need, and one of them is actually just an out-and-out sniper from deep. And I think Grady Dick is going to be a fantastic, opportune scorer off of the bench for us. We've already got Jalen Green, who's starting at the 2. I've got another 2 in mind because I do think I will trade Jalen Green for some value. So Grady Dick, I think he's going to be, he may start some games for the back half of this season, but he's going to be a fantastic 6-man for us going forward. But because Jalen Green, ideally I would like to keep, but the salary structure that he's just on at the moment is just not worth it. Paul George is an exception because he signed that when he was relatively still okay. Jalen Green, he's getting a bit older. I don't think there's a lot of room for growth here, but I'm not going to be trading Jalen Green in this deal. This is actually going to be a home for Ben Simmons. If we can get this done straight up, it's probably not the most realistic deal. I would like to probably, if we can do it straight up, that would be lovely. They want Jordan Goodwin and a first-round pick. Ideally, I don't want to trade a first-round pick in this deal, so this might be the kind of deal where we include someone like a Jordan Goodwin. And I know that everyone's favorite Garrett Temple is an expiring deal. He's 39 years of age. He has played a game for Toronto this year, so hopefully we can get this deal done. The Raptors are not interested in it, but I think if we can include like a second-round pick in this one, maybe 2 second-round picks, that should be enough to get Grady Dick onside, because Ben Simmons, as much as I like him, the fact he's a non-shooter really doesn't help us. Jordan Goodwin, he's had an okay career. He started out undrafted, but I think the Raptors, they've got so many guards. They've got Sexton, who they just picked up, Jacoby Walter, AJ Lawson, who's obviously a little bit older and probably not as good, but Ingram, Barrett, Abaji, Connaughton, they've got so many guys, and Grady Dick's sort of just been lost in the shuffle. So we're going to put this deal through. We get maybe the replacement to Devin Booker. I don't think he's quite going to be that good, but that is a good start to our trade deadline. Now we're going to try and find a home for Jalen Green, and this is going to be the tricky bit. Now, there's really only one team with enough cap space who has a player that I actually want that can get the deal done, and it's the Washington Wizards. Now, we're going to try and get Bilal Coulibaly, who is a player that we did talk about earlier in the season. I don't think the Wizards, would accept this deal straight up. We would have to include either another player and a pick, but they do have a player that I do like the look of in Corey Kispert. I think the Wizards probably not having a use for him at this point in time. They're clearing his salary. Obviously, Gabe Vincent isn't expiring. They do take on Jalen Green's money, but they don't really have another point guard, but they do have a few other guards. So would the Wizards do this? I'm not entirely sure, but they've got sort of a lot of these guard wing types. Obviously, they've just traded for Hashimura and Maxi Kleber as well. Maxi Kleber is more of an expiring because he's a bit older. Could this get done straight up? Possibly. I would like to get this done. They say no at this point in time. Could we include a couple of second-round picks? Would that be enough? They still say no. I'm going to try this deal out as an alternative. We're going to include that 2027 first-round pick via the Clippers. We're going to try and get our own swap best pick in 2030 back, but we're also going to include 2 second-round picks. They say no. I reckon if we could get another second-round pick from somebody, we could get this deal done. Ideally, I don't want to be giving up too many draft picks though, so could we get some seconds back for this season? That would be lovely if we could get that done. That Washington pick is quite high value, so maybe we take out that and throw in a second rounder via the Bulls next year. Is this going to be enough? They still say no. What if we just do the 1 second-round pick? Hopefully this is enough. The Wizards are being stubborn. They're taking on a lot of money in Jalen Green, so I don't blame them. Hopefully this will be enough, and the Wizards agree. Now, as you can see on our roster, we are sort of quite a bit short on point guards at the moment. Our 2s and our 3s are starting to get quite sort of heavy. So I'm not going to trade a player or a wing out, but I am going to try and bring in another guard. And I'm going to try and get Stephon Castle from the San Antonio Spurs. Now, you're probably wondering why the Spurs would do this. Why wouldn't they hold out for a bigger, better offer than probably what we're going to give them? I think they're on the clock with Wemby, and they want to get as many assets that they can get and get as many sort of championship caliber players on their list as soon as possible. So Malik Beasley and Al Horford straight up isn't going to get it done. So we are going to need to throw some picks in. This is probably the only deal where I'm going to throw in multiple first round picks to get it done. I'm going to start with that top 10 protected first rounder from the Sixers. I don't think the Spurs would accept this straight up, so I'm quite happy to throw in probably... I don't know who's going to be worse between the Nets and the Wizards, because I feel like we're going to be better than the Wizards in 2028, and the Knicks are probably going to be better than the Nets. So I'm going to throw in this pick, because I'm guessing that the Nets will probably be better than the Wizards. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm quite happy to part with these two first round picks. Malik Beasley was a really good free agent signing for us this season. Al Horford has provided some of our bigs with a bit of mentorship, but let's try and get those two a championship. Al Horford already has one, but we get Stephon Castle. He can be our point guard, maybe even our two guard alongside Igor Demin. Hopefully they accept, and they do. And those are all of the trades. We are not going to make any more trades over the course of the season. Obviously, we are at the trade deadline, but I think we have done a good job. I've moved Bilal Coulibaly to the 3. His overall rating goes up a little bit, and that's probably where I'm going to play him most of the time anyway. And to circumvent and sort of make that fit in with the rest of our team, I've moved Ryan Dunn up to the 4 as sort of a two-way stretch big. I think that's going to be his role going forward. But now we do need to sign a point guard as a free agent. And who else than to sign a 37-year-old Patty Mills? He's probably going to retire at season's end, so I'm happy to bring him in for one last run. I don't expect him to play too much, but if we have a look at our rotation going forward, I'm going to put this together. Obviously, Dunn and Malawak are out with injuries right now, so hopefully they can come back fairly soon. So the starting 5, or at least the planned starting 5 for the rest of this season until injuries come back, is going to be the Demon, Stephon Castle, Bilal Coulibaly at the 3, Denny Avdia at the 4, Jalen Williams at the 5, with Grady Dick as the 6th man. Paul George is actually going to come out of the starting 5. I want to give our youngsters a bit of a go. Corey Kispert, Malcolm Brogdon, Fleming, Zakarski, Patty Mills, and then Temple. Dunn's not going to be too far away. Hopefully, we don't lose too many more games before the rest of the season. And with the growth that we're going to get from potential, we're going to be really good heading into season 2. And one last thing before we continue our simulation is we're going to have a look at some of the players I've put on my draft board for this year. We've got 4 wings on my list. The first of which is Patrick White, who is a 6'5" shooting guard out of Kansas State. Has Dwayne Wade as a player comp as his ceiling. He's just a catch and shoot sort of, well, shooter. Having a very, very good college season. 23, 6 and 6, 3 steals, 41% from 3. Has been very, very good. I haven't fully scouted him just yet, but it is looking like he is going to be the number 1 prospect coming out of college this year. Next up is Jordan Rush. Now, he's 18 years of age. He goes to the University of California, not USC, the other one. Now, he has Kobe Bryant as his ceiling and his floor. Now, I'm guessing that means he has very, very high potential, but as you can see, he's only a 68 overall at this point in time, and is definitely not as developed as some of the other players on my list. So he's probably going to be a little bit more of a gamble and will need a little bit more development. But I think he is going to be a very, very good target for us if we get a relatively high pick in the draft. I'm guessing we'll still be a top 5 team in the draft, even though we have made some changes at the trade deadline. It looks like he's very, very athletic, has a solid mid-range, can't pass, not a lot of defensive anticipation, which is surprising because Kobe is quite a good defender and isn't a very smart player. So I'm not really sure Kobe Bryant is a good comp here, but that is a player that we are considering. Next up is Damian Young out of North Carolina. He has the Pistol Pete Maravich Hall of Fame comp. Larry Hughes as his ceiling, as his floor. future NBA star written all over him. He is a good leaper. So that is just something that we need to keep an eye on. Having a very good college season. Again, probably a little bit more developed than some of the other players on our list. But we need to have a look and keep an eye on what we can see from him. And has 4 really good badges as well. Work ethic, laid back, marketability, and pat my back. Last but not least is Barry Allen. Not the Flash, different guy entirely. He's from Ohio State. He's a small forward, more in the mold of someone who's a bit more of a wing rather than a true guard. Potentially an all-star one day. He's a bit more of a defender than a scorer, but still very good. Still averaging 26 a game in college. Almost 10 rebounds. Moves the ball very nicely. Just another player that I'm keeping an eye on. So when I go into the draft, these are going to be the 4 players that I am aiming for. I would be so happy if I can get at least one of them. And I have figured out what game I do want to play heading into the final part of the season, because we are going to go straight through to the end of the off season in this one, but we are going to play the Milwaukee Bucks at home on the 21st of March, because in the last video, if you haven't watched it, they did trade for Zion Williamson. So Giannis and Zion up against us and our newly transformed team. Let's kick this simulation off in style with a loss to the 76ers. We'll continue our scouting of our other prospects. We get through All-Star Weekend. I'm guessing none of our players were All-Stars. I did check about 2 weeks ago, sort of in-game, and we were nowhere near it. Looks like we're still losing a fair few games, which isn't too surprising. Ryan Dunn is back though, so let's fix that up. Got through the rest of the sim unscathed, and Malawak is actually back for today's game, but we're currently 20-50, doing very nicely. Nice to get over the 20 win threshold. Not ideal that we have lost 50 games, but let's fix up this rotation. I did drop it back just to 12 12-man rotation for a little bit, but let's fix this up and we can finish this season nice and strong. And here we are, final game that we're going to play of our regular season. Probably not going to make the playoffs, I dare say. We'd need an absolute miracle to make it. We'd need like some teams to get caught for performance-enhancing drugs. As Avdija works his way inside, puts up the right hook, and makes it. Touchdown pass to Giannis straight after the basket. I wasn't really paying attention, so I'm glad he missed that. Let's get Malawak into the play nice and early, returning from his injury. Avdija wide open. Misses, unfortunately. We can't get the rebound. Zion obviously on the Bucks now after that mid-season trade. Giannis gets the ball inside to Cole Anthony for the first points of the day for the Bucks. Ball with Jericho Sims on the perimeter. Giannis driving to his left, gets the ball inside. And that is going to be a tough cover for Avdija today. Obviously, Giannis, a very big individual, MVP of the league, multiple times, I believe. The Demon gets the switch. Koulibaly guarding Zion, or Zion guarding him, I should say. I should have shot it with Castle. I know Castle's not much of a shooter. Let's just go pick and roll. The Demon gets inside. Very nice finish with the finger roll. Good steal by Avdija. Stephon Castle driving inside. Gets his first bucket. No, he doesn't. Of his son's career on camera. He's obviously already played games for us. Gets fouled going to the line. Knocks down his first free throw. Makes both as well. And I'm really glad I got Castle as well, meaning that we're going to be able to obviously have Demon play some off-ball minutes when we need him to. Another steal. Is Koulibaly going to find Avdija in the mid-range? That's a poor shot, actually. Probably should have waited for a better shot. But as I was saying, the Demon can play off-ball with Castle in the game. Zion getting to the rim far too easily. But also when the Demon's out of the game, it means we have a nice backup point guard that sort of brings the same qualities that he does. Not necessarily in terms of being as good of a passer, but, you know, provides a bit of size, a bit of defensive quality, and a bit of playmaking as well. Let's slow things up here. Castle's going to wait for the screen from Malawak. Coming back from injury today. Avdija has space on the perimeter. Giannis puts a hand up, but it's no good. And we have an early 5-point lead. Great defense by Koulibaly. Couldn't stop the offensive rebound, though, on that one. Zion actually spent so long in the key on that play. Giannis gets the bucket that time around. Cuts it back down to 3. 8 minutes to go in the quarter. Let's go pick and fade. Oh, let's get inside the paint. Giannis, big, strong, gets the rebound. Did a fantastic job. Now got to run back in transition. Cole Anthony with the mid-range jumper. Knocks down the long 2. Let's go pick and roll this time with the Demon and Cole Anthony. Ball in the corner with Malawak. Not exactly what I was after. Not long on the shot clock. Koulibaly in the corner. Can't knock it down. I know we need to get his 3 ball a bit of work as Trent Jr. gets inside a little bit too easily. Avdia with another rebound. We've got numbers. The Demon has the Giannis matchup. Not exactly favorable. Speaking of favorable, we've got something here. Just working our way inside Malawak and Sims. Stephon Castle needs to get to the basket if we can. Goes up with the right hand. Can't get the shot to go. So after a really hot start scoring, we have really struggled in the last few minutes. Gary Trent now with Koulibaly. Giannis down low with the Demon. Giannis too big, too strong. I'm actually going to call timeout. Going to get our first look at Grady Dick and Ryan Dunn for today. Malawak going to set the screen. We've got players in the corner. Corey Kispert's another one that we're going to have a look at after his trade from the Wizards. Zion held up. Great find inside. Jericho Sims throws it down. Now it got a 5-point deficit after having a 5-point lead for a while. Castle, Kispert wide open. Oh my god, man. Knock it down. Grady Dick has the mismatch on Jericho Sims. Let's go pick and roll with Dunn. This time Kispert, surely no. Once again, struggling in that corner. Giannis now kicks it wide to Cole Anthony. Corey Kispert 0 for 3 on his 3 so far today. Giannis and, Grady Dick down low is awful. Gary Trent misses that one, fortunately. Fortunately enough, our guys that are in the game right now are all pretty flexible defenders, probably with the exception of Grady Dick. Trying to get inside on Giannis is going to be tough. Stephon Castle trying to go baseline. Does well, but actually steps out of bounds. Currently shooting 3 for 13. It has been horrible so far. Let's just get Malawak in a pick and roll. He's bigger. He's stronger. He's better. And he gets his first bucket on his return from a 2-month layoff, I think with a broken wrist. Good to get him back in the game. As Ryan Dunn now guarding Williamson, giving him a lot of space to operate on the perimeter. Castle and Jericho Sims don't have a lot in common, to be honest. We switch on to Porter, and he knocks down the 3 in the corner. Now a double-digit ball game. Let's go with Dunn and Castle trying to split. Dunn gets it in the middle, draws a foul, does a good job. 1 for 2 at the line, we'll have to take it. Dunn has a very quick release from the foul line. The Demon back in, but Zakarski going to be making his first appearance for the day. As Zion just crosses over, I think that was Kispert, and another 3 in the corner to the Bucks. We need to be doing a lot better. Let's go Zakarski in that pick and roll. He is so big. Should be fine. Throws it down. Good defense on that one. We at least force a miss. That's something big. Ooh, did not like that play at all. Kispert, let's go pick and roll with Dunn once again. Oh, it's Rocco in the corner. Grady Dick can have a go from 3. He knocks it down. Very, very nice. Just having a rough time guarding Zion and keeping him out of the paint, because if we can keep him out of the paint, I feel like we're going to be fine. But obviously, keeping him out of the paint is a job all within itself. Grady Dick for another 3, back-to-back. Knocks it down. That is exactly why we traded for him, because we just need that spot-up, knockdown shooter. And that's an illegal screen. We needed a stop and we get one. 15 to go on the shot clock. This will be our last possession of the quarter. The Demon getting inside. Can't get the bucket though. And now we've got to figure out a way to get the final stop of the quarter as the Demon gets a reach in. 7 seconds. Last screen of the quarter. Porter Jr. held up in the corner. Tough shot. Doesn't make it in the end. But the Milwaukee Bucks, 6-point lead at quarter time. You Just got to try and keep Zion and Giannis out of the paint. I don't mind leaving them open on the perimeter. If they knock down threes, that's fine. Taurean Prince can't knock that one down as Malawak gets his first board of the day. Got the mismatch on the perimeter. Malawak sets a good screen. Trying to get the ball over the top. We can't float it high enough, unfortunately. If we can stop Prince from scoring here. We stopped the layup, but unfortunately Avdia draws a foul. Even though we're down, I do like the start that we've had to the game so far. Malawak trying to get by. Dick's up top. That's a big three, and he knocks it down. Grady Dick, 3 for 3 from deep today. Concede one straight back up the other end. The Demon trying to work his way into the paint, just not working for him at this time. There we go. That's what we needed, but we couldn't get by. Let's go with Castle instead. Malawak. Come on, come on. Or Avdia this time in the corner. He knocks it down. It is raining threes here in Phoenix. Malawak on the perimeter now, guarding Giannis. Big contest here. Castle and Porter. Malawak, good contest. Now has Castle up the court. Trent trying to stay in front of him. Got to wait for the handoff. The Demon has it up top. Avdia with the screen. The Demon goes by. Great finish with the left hand. He has an early 4 and 5. 7.5 gone. It's a 5-point game. We still have the lead, which is good. Malawak finished strong inside. He gets the bucket, and the Bucks call timeout. Cole Anthony covered by Stephon Castle. Castle does a good job staying with him. Really good on-ball defender. Jericho Sims, we can sag off of him. Great job by Malawak. Gets the rebound and the block. Fantastic work. High pick and roll with the Demon. Trying to get by. Has the lane. The Demon turns it over again. Just a waste of possession. And Giannis gets a dunk on the other end. Back down to a 6-point game. Doing very well right now. Giannis with J-Dub on the perimeter. Cole Anthony for 3. No good. Paul George gets his first rebound of the game. Trying to get inside the paint. Has Gary Trent on him. If we can draw a double, that would be fantastic. Grady for another 3. Misses, unfortunately. Zion trying to get it to Giannis. Does a good job. Zion, yeah, take the 3, Zion. Do that. Oh, how has Giannis got his hands on that? But it's all good. Now with Paul George trying to get Rocco down low. Let's swing it round. Pick and roll with Castle and Rocco. There we go. That's what we're after. Another turnover, though. So, again, things to work on heading into the second season. Obviously not playoff, or even, not even close to playoff contenders this year. Cole Anthony for another 3. Misses. Now just under 4 minutes to go. Another pick and roll. Paul George, get inside. Rise to the occasion. Can't finish at the rim. Just the one foul shot by Paul George made. Rocco down low. Ball out to Cole Anthony. Can't hit the 3, but we actually get the ball back, funnily enough. That was an absolute miracle. Castle running down the lane, trying to get inside the paint. Swing it round. Grady for 3. Hits another one. Gets it back to 2. 3 threes on the quarter. I believe he has 5 on the game. He has been fantastic today. Now Rocco on the perimeter. Not ideal. But obviously we need to take advantage of Giannis being out of the game while we can. Cole Anthony to get those points back. Yes, he does. Oh, big mismatch down low here. Grady Dick is wide open. Kick it to him for 3. Knocks it down again. He is 18 in the first half. What a pickup he has been. At least in this game, he has proven his worth already. The difference between him and Ben Simmons on the perimeter is going to be awesome next season. As Paul George going to try and get inside once again. Ooh, that is not what I wanted. Actually, Grady. Ooh, I thought about taking it. Now Paul George is in the way. Kick it out, kick it out, kick it out. Pick and roll with Rocco. No, this side. Thank you. I mean, that's fine. Finish strong. We tie the game at 44. And Zion actually having quite a good season. Apparently he's averaging 26 a game. Doing very, very nicely. High screen and roll. Castle rises to the occasion and puts it down. 40 seconds now. Just play good defense. Try and keep the lead, or at least get the lead back. Castle gets the rebound. 6-2-4. He's had a good first half. Let's just try and kill as much time off the clock as we can. Obviously, we still need to be decent. Let's go pick and fade. Castle getting inside again. Gets hacked away by Jericho Sims. We make both at the line. Get a 2-point lead. Finally get a lead. I feel like it's been ages since we had the lead early in the first quarter. Dunn doing a good job on Zion, keeping him out of the paint. Ran away, came back. Zion gives it up. Cole Anthony from the elbow. Misses. A good first half. Need an even better second half. Let's get that second half underway. Corey Kispert now guarding Zion. That's a horrible matchup for us. Zion panics, kicks it out to Cole Anthony. I'm surprised that wasn't a turnover. Giving him a bit of space. Kispert does well, falls for the pump though. Force the miss, does a good job. Let's get it back in the hands of the Demon. Matched up with Cole Anthony. As Malawak trying to get inside the paint. It's a reach-in foul. Get a bit of time back on the shot clock as Avdia is this time is going to set the screen. The Demon pushing his weight inside. Cole Anthony does a good job forcing the miss, and now Giannis just holds the ball up, even though he probably could have squashed. I didn't even know who was down there. I think it was Avdia, actually. Now Malawak, Kispert, and Williamson. Just jumping too much. Jumping too much, and now Zion puts it on two of our guys' heads. A little bit unfortunate with that one. Avdia just working his way down low with Cole Anthony. Backs him up. Has a player open in Kispert. He missed his first three-pointers. Hits his fourth. We get the lead back once again. Good shooting from Kispert. All tied up once again. The points off of turnovers. There's been a lot of turnovers actually in this one between both teams. Player up top, it's Kispert. Kicks it back to Denny. Screen coming from Kispert now. Malawak's in the corner, but it's not what I was after. Let's just keep moving the ball around. Koulibaly for three. Not ideal. Still need to develop his jump shot. Giannis bounce it off of someone's butt. And now Avdia hasn't got a lot of options here. Let's just go pick and roll with Koulibaly. Koulibaly going to get inside. No foul. Actually, it is a foul. That's an and one. Gary Trent with it that time. And now to knock down the free throws. That's the easy bit. 3-point game. Kispert guarding Porter now. Giannis in the pick and roll. Really well done by the Bucks. Now we've got Rocco back in the game, so we just got to keep an eye on him. Obviously, Jericho Sims is their starting center, which, I mean, that's not fantastic. I mean, just in general, there's a lot of reasons why that's not fantastic for the Bucks, just because he's not a very good player, in my opinion. Koulibaly off the pick and roll. We've got a shooter in the corner. Kispert, back-to-back threes for him. 2 in the quarter. He has been really good. Just playing a bit of defense this quarter, shooting a few threes. That's all we need from him. Zion, the pick and roll ball handler. Koulibaly stays in front, does a good job. And Rocco provides a good recovery defense as well. Now got to stay with him. Giannis in the corner. No way he's making that. Sims gets the rebound and puts it down. Zion has 2 on him. Cole Anthony steps into a 3. Misses. The Demon gets the rebound. Let's run and go straight down the lane. Puts it down. Gets it back to 6. Made a few changes now. Paul George into the game along with Stephon Castle and Grady Dick. Just need to make a few changes. See if we can put a few more threes on the board. Paul George over the top in the pick and roll. Does well. Reads the ball beautifully. And that is a better dime by the Demon. Coming out of the timeout after the Bucks call one. Paul George trying to stay in front of Zion. Probably 5 years ago, he would have been able to. Smith from deep knocks it down. Foncastle on the wing now, waiting for Rocco. Set a screen. Corner. George misses the 3. No good. So just the momentum starting to slip out of our hands right now. Good defense, but it results in an and one. And now Smith to convert the and one and to tie the game at 71. Just sneaks it in. Less than 2 to go in the third. Zakowski trying to stay with Zion. Get the switch on to Paul George. And Kevin Porter Jr. just knocks it down from the corner. That is just really, really tough. The Demon now. Waiting for the screen. Gets it really well done. And great finish inside. Well done, Rocco. Fantastic work by you, good sir. Cuts it back to a 1-point game. Somebody is leaving. I was too worried about the perimeter. We just concede an easy layup. Not happy with that. And Williamson just took a jump shot for some reason. That's never been his strength apart from that one game, which was actually, I think, his debut, where he just hit threes for fun. George, Rocco, dunk. Good defense on Zion. Collapsing inside. Trying to find the Demon on the wing. All right, pick and roll. Pick and roll. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait. Come. Set up screen, please. Thank you. The Demon once again goes up at the left. That time not strong enough. 12 seconds. Porter Jr. in the corner. Knocks it down. 4-point lead. We can get a basket here before three-quarter time. Get inside. Good finish. We draw the foul but can't make the shot. We make the first, which is important. We've got to make the second as well. Keep it within 2 points, which we do. Good work, Demon. 1 possession left in the quarter. Zion from half court misses, but we have got a big final quarter coming up shortly. Let's start the quarter with the same lineup that finished it. George sets the screen. Perfectly executed by the Demon. Gets inside. Kick out to Grady Dick. 3. No good. Probably could have not rushed that second shot as quickly as we did. Giannis now, guarded by Zakarski. Giannis is just too quick for him. AJ Green misses. The Demon gets the rebound. Okay, let's just run downhill. We have the advantage. Demon finishes strong inside. Has 16 points on the game. Has been really, really good today. Very quick score on the other end. Giannis gets the points right back with a lob. Demon not liking what he's seeing, presenting from the offense right now. Castle for 3, knocks it down. We get the lead back. Let's just give Giannis a lot of space on the perimeter. If he makes a 3, I'll just have to live with it. Takes the midi, misses. Demon gets another rebound. 4 on the day for him so far. Let's drive left. Dick's in the corner again. There's your 7th 3 of the game. First of the second half. And he has 21 points, all 3-pointers. Rocco just not athletic enough to keep up with Giannis. Rollins got lost, and Giannis dunked on 3. George now holding up Rollins, doing a good job. Grady's down low with Giannis. Don't foul. Can't do much about that. A few more changes after the Bucks timeout. Castle bringing the ball up here. Malawak and Avdia back in the game. Just easing Malawak back into it. Oh, it's another. I don't know how many turnovers we've had this game already, but it has been absolutely horrible. Porter Jr., that was a terrible shot. But we do not need to be running for the hills in this one. Avdia sets a good screen. Wide open 3. In and out, unfortunately. Give him a bit of space on the perimeter. I'll even give him the mid-range. That's fine. Just keep him out of the paint. Green misses again on the perimeter. The Demon trying to work his way inside. Nobody home. Avia's up the top by himself. Down goes the 3. We create that breathing space that we desperately wanted. Porter Jr. working his way inside. That's a terrible shot. We almost stuffed that up somehow. Let's get the ball to the Demon. I don't know why Maliak's running point. Get inside. Who's in the corner? Castle to Grady. That's not an ideal shot, but it's okay. Got to get back on defense. Stop the transition. Giannis thought about the elbow jumper. Didn't take it in the end. Cole Anthony will take that 3, though, and hit it. Cuts it back down to 4. Another rebound to Avdia, playing very, very well. 17 and 12 today. Malawak going to set the screen. Giannis trying to get around it. Grady's in the corner, wide open. A little quick on the release that time. Gone a little bit cold from 3 since his first half outburst. His first half burst, I should say. He didn't, panic. Another turnover forced by the defense. Did a really good job on that one. But let's slow it up. 3.5 to go. We're up by 6. Doing very, very well. Oh, Grady was open in the corner. Avdia this time. That's money. 9-point game. 5 on the shot clock. We've done well this possession. We force another turnover. Castle's going to be wide. I don't want to take that 3. Okay. Let's get it to one of our ball handlers. The Demon. Wait for the screen from Malawak. Ball's over the top. Put it up. Oh, he's missed the dunk. How do you miss that? Come on, man. You've got one job. Actually, he's got 2. Dunks and blocks. That's all we ask. Giannis misses the 3. And the Demon's having a fantastic game today. Grady Dick's open in the corner. But he has missed quite a few 3s in this second half. And he's missed another one there. The Bucks just have no idea what to do. They've just panicked all over this possession. It has been pass after pass after pass, and not in a really fun San Antonio Spurs kind of way. It has been all really bad, really bad. The Demon, oh, Malawak's over the top. Finish this one. There you go. 8-point game, just over a minute to go. We've made a few changes. Just don't want to risk any late season injuries heading into next season. But we should be okay from here as Zion gets the offensive rebound. And the Demon gets his second foul of the day. Now we just got to play good defense and not, concede too many 3s. We should be fine. Cole Anthony trying to work his way inside once again. Trent Jr. from the corner. Another miss. And on camera, we're going to finish the season with 2 wins. Unfortunately, we couldn't get as many wins as we would have wanted at the start of the season as J-Dub with the illegal screen. Can't say it's the perfect way to end the season, but we've still got a few games that we do need to simulate, and then we'll do the playoffs and off-season in the next video. Koulibaly gets the rebound. Who are we going to take the final shot with? Let's just see who's open. Can we get a 3 with the Demon before the end of the season? No, we cannot. That's a horrible release. Avdia puts it up. We finish with an 11-point win over the Milwaukee Bucks, who are playoff bound. Very, very happy with that output from us today. The Demon gets his player of the game for today. Did a fantastic job in this one. Was just laying balls up. He got plenty of assists. Did have 6 turnovers, which isn't ideal. Played 40 minutes, actually. 18, 7, and 12 was really nice. Avdia with the 22 and 14 was great. Grady Dick was awesome in the first half. But in that second half, we can just see that I think he had 1 for 8 in the final quarter from 3. Was not that good. We were just chucking him at that point. But a really, really good performance. A few of our older guys and Rasheer Fleming didn't play we didn't play any minutes at all. But really, really happy with how we played. Giannis had 13 buckets. How many of those were dunks? 11. Great. And team comparison-wise, shot just under 49%. Was really good from the foul line today. But too many turnovers once again. 17-12, not ideal. 13 points. 14 three-pointers, I should say. But we just couldn't keep them out the paint, unfortunately. Let's simulate to the end of the regular season here and just wrap up the back end of our scouting. We lose to the Jazz of all teams. We lose to Orlando. We're actually getting quite a few wins here at the back of the season. We finish with 30 wins on the year. Nikola Jokic wins MVP for the season. Cooper Flagg had a very, very good rookie season. I didn't really go over the awards races this year. It's not that I didn't want to. I don't know. I don't know why I did it. I really don't have a reason, but that's what it is. Cooper Flagg with the Rookie of the Year. Zaire Williams, 6th Man of the Year. So a player that was actually, I think he was on Brooklyn last year, I believe. Did a very, very good job. Wemby with Defensive Player of the Year. No real surprise there. Zaire Williams with Most Improved. Giannis with Clutch Player. Mike Brown, Coach of the Year. And Zachary Staples, the Executive of the Knicks, wins the Executive of the Year, and NBA Cup MVP, as we know, goes to James Harden. All NBA First Team is here on screen. As you can see, James Harden made All NBA First Team, so must have had a very, very good season. We just double checked that. 25, 5, and 11 was very, very good. He's a free agent at season's end. Wemby makes it for the first time. Luka makes All NBA Second Team. Ja Morant on the Jazz. Anthony Edwards did well. Trae Young made it, but is out with an ankle sprain. Jamal Murray finally makes an All-NBA team. And then the third team consists of Sabonis, Giddey, Steph, Jaylen Brown, and Bam Adebayo, who is now on the Blazers. All-defensive team. I don't expect to see too many of our guys here, but no real surprises, I don't believe. All rookie team, we do see the Demon makes it as all rookie. First team, he would probably have to be runner-up in the Rookie of the Year if I did have to make a guess. But I do know that Jeremiah Fears had a really good rookie campaign with the Pelicans. Shot just under 40%, but did have a very good points per game record. Dylan Harper was good, as was Ace Bailey on the Jazz. Cooper Flagg we've already looked at. And then Carmen Maluik made All-NBA second team. Even though he missed a fair chunk of games, how many games did he end up playing? If we have a quick look here, only played the 40 games in the end, so actually missed over half the season. So I'm surprised that he did make All-NBA, or All-Rookie second team, I should say. And as I said, we'll be simulating the playoffs at the start of the next video, but we're going to have a quick look at the league leaders for the regular season here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander won the scoring championship this year with 34 a game. Anthony Edwards not far behind on 33, and Steph on 31. Boards goes to Domantas Sabonis with 12.5, Duran with 12, Jokic, Wemby, all up there. Hartenstein now on the Celtics did a good job. Harden got the most assists. LeBron, who I believe is retiring. No, he's not retiring, so he might be around for another season. Luka is up there as well. Trae Young getting a lot of assists. Steals champ was Shai, with Dyson Daniels not far behind. Wemby got the most blocks, not too surprising. And then Shai with the most turnovers. Who got the most fouls? It was Aaron Nesmith. And in terms of our team, you can see that Denny Avdia, 17.5 points a game, led the way. Stephon Castle, who, I mean, really only played the back sort of 20 or so games on our team, averaged 13.5 a game. Just need to move my cat out of the way. Paul George, even though we are paying him far too much money, did a decent job starting the first half of the season. He played all 82 games. That is really, really good. Grady Dick was good in the games that he played for us. He started 22. Those would have been all with the Raptors. Corey Kispert had a good season as well. The Demon, very, very happy with his first season. Koulibaly, scoring dipped a bit compared to his second season in the league, but obviously did play less minutes, and per 36 is also down. But hopefully with a bit of development heading into next year, we can get a bit more out of him. Jalen Williams was a good pickup from OKC. Brogdon, not sure if I'm going to bring him back at the start of free agency. Rasheed Fleming played a bit of a role, but I'm sort of mixed on him. He did a couple of really, really stupid things over the course of the season, but second round pick certainly wasn't the worst player out there. Malawak only played the 40 games due to injury. Ryan Dunn, 31, same deal. And then Rocco in the 58 games that he played for us off the bench, I was really, really impressed. And then Patty Mills, oh my cat, jeez. Patty Mills and Garrett Temple probably both going to retire at season's end. But that is going to do it for today. Next episode, we're going to go through the playoffs and the entire offseason, or at least that is my plan at this stage. If not, we will just do the draft lottery playoffs, and then maybe the draft, free agency, and the FIBA games might be its own thing. But we'll see how we go. But thank you for watching up until this point. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And until then, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.